the problem is that New Zealand has really high recidivism rates, right? So ultimately, unless you're going to hold these offenders in prison forever, there's a very high likelihood that once they are released from prison, even if they've been in there longer than they might have been under previous governments or previous regimes, they are very likely to reoffend. So we as the public are basically delaying the likelihood of further crimes.
Yeah, and so it's a challenging issue. The alternative, of course, is to say, well, we'll give up, it's all too hard, and we'll just let them out.
The alternative, that is not the alternative.
That doesn't work very well either, and we've tried that experiment the last 6 years, which is to say we'll reduce the prison population irrespective of what's going on. And we're seeing an increase in violent crime, and people are very concerned about crime in their neighbourhoods.
So according to police, the number of gang members under the National Gangs List, which I know is a controversial list, continues to increase and continued to increase in the first 3 months of your government. So as a government that is absolutely laser focused on targets,
yes,
do you have an official target for gang numbers at the end of this parliamentary term?
Well, we want to know the two primary targets that we're working to is to reduce the number of victims of crime, and secondly to reduce the number of serious repeat youth offenders. They're the two published targets.
But I mean, that's a very measurable...
And yes, we would expect the gang members to go down. I would make the point, though, yes, and I've been out to many public meetings, particularly in the retail space. People are very impatient. They want to see change. They want to see it right now. Now, we're not going to be back in budget surplus in 6 months. It's going to take years. We're not going to solve the education problems in 6 months. We're not going to solve the health problems in 6 months. We're not going to have law and order restored in 6 months. It takes time, and it's about change.
Maybe about halfway through the next Labour term. Just thinking, maybe those things will get sorted out, especially the surplus one, perhaps.
Changing the settings, and that's what we're doing. We're changing the settings, and we're confident over time that'll lead to a safer New Zealand.
Big changes coming in the gang space, though. So if the number of gang members, as per your official numbers in February of this year, 8,367 in February of this year. So by the end of this parliamentary term, in another 2.5 years.
We want that number down, and I'm not going to give you a precise number, but it's going to be down. Well, I don't know exactly.
I mean, yours is the government of targets, right?
We're going to make it very difficult and uncomfortable to be a gang member. They're going to ban the gang patches in public. We're going to give police extra powers. We're going to do all these things
to make
their life very difficult.
It's the government that loves targets?
We haven't set a specific target in that space. Our target that we're really focused on is reducing the number of victims of crime. That's one factor in it, reducing the prevalence and intimidation of gangs in public, and that's going to part of it feed on it. But the real focus is to reduce the number of victims of crime. That's what really matters.
Have you seen that video of a raccoon trying to wash some candy floss?
I have, and
it just disappears, and he's like, "Oh shit, where's it gone?" That was Goldsmith just there wondering where his candy floss had gone. Because it was all so easy. And then, do you have any numbers in mind? No, we don't. Let me try and get my candy floss back here, team. Just doesn't work. Yeah, like this. Here he goes. We're going to get tough on gangs. Jack asks him, what numbers? Oh, fuck. Just gone. It's going to be less. Based on what? Nothing. Based on nothing. And once again, there was an opportunity to explain and give people context why we know how many gang members there are now and why it's gone up so much in the last few years. Because we never counted them. It was various police districts just taking a stab at it rather than a methodical count of what makes a gang member and how many there are of them. It gives no context to the fact that Australia is just going, this guy's got too many parking tickets. He's born in New Zealand. Let's fucking get rid of him. No family, no support. You'll be fine. Join a gang. None of it. No context given. And look, this kind of ties into an article that I saw yesterday, where I think every town in New Zealand would have noticed something very interesting happening over the past couple of months. Put your hand up if you've seen police foot patrols in CBD areas. That's good, right? They're getting back to the basics of policing. They're cracking down and just being visible to stop retail crime. The article I saw was that it's coming at the expense of one particular facet, family harm. Too hard, too manpower intensive. They can't do both things. So we're getting police foot patrols and we're not looking at domestic violence as much. Isn't it good that New Zealand has such great stats on domestic violence?